Hello everyone and welcome to Cure Tinnitus show number 28. My name is Dinus Mickle. I am the host and founder of CureTinnitus.org, and I'm here with our resident expert Julian Cowan Hill. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm well. It's good to re-engage with this after quite a long break.
Yes, we've had a break and there was something that I wrote that kind of rhymed. It was like some breaks take as long as they take. Something like that. But we're, CureTinnitus.org, the community is a bit smaller now, but it's really been heartwarming to just because I recently upgraded the software, and then I sent some friendship requests to the people that are members, and they accepted the friendship requests within the little, the community website, and it just felt really nice, So it took as much time as it took, and we're back, and the questions are wonderful. We have a couple new members to welcome in, so we're all here for a healing journey and to get your help, Julian, and to help get the help of the other experts and information providers and doctors and therapists and all these kinds of things that are going to help us with our healing journey wherever we are, if we're just starting or if we're kind of at the tail end of our healing journey. And I think that the member questions are a lot like that. There are some folks that are just starting out, and there are some folks that are asking questions that relate to kind of right towards the end of their experience with tinnitus. Mm-hmm. And for today's show, because the first 10 minutes I'm going to cut the video and then I'm going to put it out on YouTube, I asked Julian to take us through an exercise that everyone can do if they happen in on this video on YouTube as well. And so, Julian, we're now in your very capable hands to take us through an exercise.
Yeah, I thought what would be really good, seeing as we haven't done this for a while, is a very simple grounding technique, which is something when you're going to bed. And it's really just noticing how you connect to the ground. So I'd like to just ask you right now, Dinus, to focus on how you're sitting, and I'm going to focus on how I'm sitting here, and I'd like to bring the attention to how the body is in contact with the ground. And you may think this is a really simple idea, but actually this can vary tremendously. So for a lot of people, it may be quite easy to notice if the foot's touching the ground, if the seat is resting in the chair. But as you sort of settle into this a little bit more, I'd like you to just really notice, first of all, the contact of the feet on the ground. And is that comfortable? Can you feel both of your feet sitting on the ground? Can you feel the temperature of the feet? Does it feel like your feet are resting on the ground comfortably? And then, is that all the contact with the ground? Because if you bring the attention up into the way you're sitting in the chair, sometimes it can feel like the bottom is just sitting on the chair. So other times it can feel like the weight is pushing down into the chair, so you can take your awareness down into the cushion of the chair. And sometimes when you're feeling really together and really focused, you can feel like a midline. It's like the spine of the body continues down through the chair into the ground below. It's like an energetic connection down into the ground. It's almost like you can imagine that this is here, and you can feel like your spine continuing down into the ground. But then if you sort of stay with it, you can kind of get a sense of feeling it, like it really is there. And what's extraordinary is just sitting with this. This is a technique that was shown to me by Franklin Sills of the Karuna Institute in Devon, a great teacher. Once you really take your awareness into this connection to the ground, if you just move your head forward or your upper body forward a bit, it's almost like the connection to the ground slightly moves too. And if you move your head back a bit, just pushing it in and out of it slightly back, you can feel the connection with the ground slightly changes. And so what in effect we're doing is we're sitting with our attention in the feet and in the bottom on the seat, and the connection down through to the ground, and just moving the body, the upper body, very, very slightly backwards and forwards. You can really notice how the feet, the bottom of the seat, and the connection down to the ground, it changes slightly, as if it's like a magnetic link into the ground too. And I don't know if you can feel how your connection to the ground is, Dinah.
For me, I feel myself relaxing quite a bit as I'm focusing in. I also have the question of what do you need to what would one need to do if one notices that that you have to kind of consciously relax. So in other words, if I'm just sitting here, my legs are kind of pulling up off the ground, and I think that there's a lot of tension then in my legs. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed that, I mean, even over 20 years ago when I was playing high school football, I noticed that when I'm relaxing, sometimes I'm not really relaxing. Like if my hand's supposed to be resting on something, I'm actually holding it. And
yeah, well, I think it's really great to notice how relaxed or unrelaxed you are. And what I would tend to say is stay in touch with how it is. And rather than judging it and saying, oh, am I relaxed or not, see if you can just notice, for example, your legs. If you notice where your legs are right now, does it feel like they're the same height as each other?
It feels a little bit like the right leg is a little bit higher than the other, but it might actually physically truly be. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter how they fit. I mean, it doesn't matter too much how they physically are.
Okay.
What really is interesting is to notice how it feels, because sometimes one leg can feel much bigger than the other, or it can feel much higher in the air compared to the other. You may get a floaty feeling in one leg, and you may get tingling in the other leg. It's just noticing how it is, I think, is the most important thing. And for example, right now, what I'm noticing is that it feels like the base of my spine has sunk down more into the chair, and I can feel quite a strong, clear feeling of the coccyx and the sacrum, that's a bone at the base of the spine, really being anchored and centered into the chair. It feels quite strong and solid, that. And my legs and feet feel quite relaxed and calm, but my feet feel really warm and comfortable on the soft carpet. And there's a nice, gentle, relaxed feeling of that contact. How are you doing?
Well, for me, I kind of concentrated on my body again, but I kind of had an experience that I have when I'm listening to really, really good music, and when I'm in, I'll